Hello everybody, continuing on with my Dark Eldar. I thought I'd do a showcase as such of how far I've got so far. I'm trying to think, this is obviously part of my Dark Eldar vlog. Honestly can't remember which part this is now. I'll leave it in the description for you. But yep, Suffolk Hobbit, and I thought I would get out my entire Dark Eldar army at this point in time, just before I start to unleash my new, well, Christmas gifts spending sprees. I've got some money for Christmas and things, so I will be spending that with much enthusiasm and be boosting these boys no end, as well as my Imperial Guard, Ashmanatarum, and every other sort of miniature hobby that you can possibly think of. Much to my poor wife's dread, I can only imagine. Poor girl, bless her. But yes, here we are. So this is my entire army. So from left to right, scanning across. Here they are. I'm really pleased with how these have come out. The colour, the theme, everything. For those of you that have been watching this from the get-go, and for those of you that maybe just watching this video for the first time, here it is. I went for orange because I just like orange. Orange is my favourite colour, and I thought it just suited these guys so well. It suits the ship so well. It suits the models so well. I was actually inspired by someone on Google Images, among other things, and I saw these models. I thought, wow, the colours are brilliant. The blue contrasts with the orange nicely, and yeah, so I've had more success. Well, in the few games I've played of 40k, I think myself, my friend Martin, we've mounted 6 games possibly. 4 have been with these boys, no, 5 have been with these boys, and 1 with the Astra Militarum. And as it stands so far, these boys have won more times than lost. I'm a little bit surprised at how people seem to explain it. Well, the general consensus of the Dark Eldar is that they're obviously glass hammers. You've got to really use them really well. You've got to be careful with them because obviously they're quite fragile. You know, there could be issues with them. But I've found them so good. Yes, they are fragile. Yes, they do get destroyed very, very quickly. You've got to be careful with them. You know, you've got to use them very well. But I find it just works. They do. They work well. You know, send them in. My tactic has been to keep everything, you know, in the flies as much as possible. Cause as much long-range destruction as possible, so obviously everything can shoot mounted in an open-top flying vehicle, so you got everything shooting. Depending on, you know, obviously you get penalties, although the vehicles don't. You do get penalties, obviously, for the infantry still, because of the movement thing, to be fair. But hey, they got great shooting value. You know, close combat, they'll get ripped to shreds. These boys do reasonably well. They are really good, but they haven't got the highest strength and toughness. There's only 3, and it can make a difference, but they are brutal killers, which is awesome. But no, I found them brilliant. You know, keep them in their flies, shoot like hell, try and use distance as best you can to your advantage. And when they start taking hits, dismount them, dismount the infantry, you know, shoot and shoot and shoot, you know. And yeah, it just works for me. And yeah, so here we are. So starting from, where should we go? So from left to right, I'm sure you guys have seen these things over and over if you haven't watched these videos. But you got the Reavers, the jet bikes. There are 3 of them. I planned this year on buying 3 more very soon. Actually, I'd like to get a squadron of 6. Squadrons were to use, group, you know. I want to get 6 more. Again, I love how these have come out. And to be honest, the way I've painted the highlights has been quite stark, you know, in contrast to the black. And it does just seem like Tron. I know some people paint Dark Eldar not overly well without sounding, you know, funny, but you know, they can look really Tron-esque. But actually I think it kind of suits these guys, and I kind of went for that deliberate sort of real thick highlighted lines to give them that sort of Tron sort of glowing appearance. And yeah, they've come out really, really well. Then we've got my Incubi, as just stated. I'm sure you guys have seen these before, but here they are, 5. I plan on getting another 5 again as well. I'm either going to have them mounted in 2 separate Venoms as 2 separate groups, or have them mounted in a Raider as 1 massive group of 10. We'll see. I'll see how they do, but they're awesome to use. So, and again, they've come out really well. I went for an all-over orange colour scheme, similar to the leaders in the units for normal Cavalite warriors, just because to make them stand out a bit more. We then have the Forge World Reaper, which is a brilliant kit, really cool. And in the index, you know, the weapon is awesome. It's got some brilliant, you know, brutal destruction. Try to go for a bit of a lightning sort of bolt effect on the end of the gun there. The only flaw with the model is, and I did it enough times, so I can't, you know, I did try. Managed to get the sail looking quite nice and straight. As you can see, it's quite cool. That gun, would you believe it? It wouldn't sit straight. No matter what I tried to do, it's always on the her. But apart from that, really cool model, and in gaming terms, it's a beast. It's brilliant. You get to choose two different ways of shooting the gun. One's like a massive tank destroying type thing, and the other one just shreds infantry or again tanks to an extent. So yeah, really good. Opinions vary on the worth of this, but I think it's worth it. Why not? If you got a big gun, it's always worth the risk trying to take it. Next up, Talos, an original Talos for the keen-eyed members among you. Now this bad boy I've always wanted, but it's just one of those things I never got around to actually get when I was young, and of course by the time I was able to actually get one, of course it was long gone and the new version had come out. I'm not keen on the new version, not keen at all. It's just my own personal preference. It's a Talos paint engine, and this looks like a paint engine. The other one is just a massive muscly Hulk that floats with a few bits stuck on it. It's a really cool design, and I think it works better with the Kronos. But with this Talos, I think this works better. And with the theme I have for the army, of my army, which is that they're actually Dark Eldar, which are actually good. I've just got a general backstory that they're actually good Eldar that just didn't quite escape in time when the fall of the Eldar happened, and they've just been sucked into a dark sort of way of life, and they're desperately trying to get out if they can, but obviously they can't. The fate is sealed. So I've kind of got a bittersweet sort of story going on for these guys, but for that reason this doesn't seem as sort of sick and twisted and tortured as a lot of the other models do. So again, another reason why I went for this. But yeah, it's really cool. Obviously designed a long time ago, bought it on eBay. It's all metal construction. It went together very nicely. It's eBay, so a few pieces are missing off of here. These skulls, by the looks of it, were stuck on by someone else. There would have been a Space Marine head, a couple of Space Marines heads and something else on there, which is a shame that they've gone missing. It looks like someone tried to file it down. You can just about make it out through under the paint. There's like a bulge there. I tried to file it down as well, but it's very hard to get to. So I've kind of just had to leave it like that. But it's only in a certain light can you see it anyway. But yeah, plan is to get 3 of these boys eventually, all like this. All of this model, so it might cost me, but we'll see. As the Talos, again, he does really well in battle, really pleased with him. We then have the Scourges, have you fancy? Again, really cool, they worked well in battle when I used them. I think I used them a bit wrong, to be quite honest. I should have used them a bit sooner on, but there they are. Usual infantry, my type of infantry colour scheme for the 4 of them. And then the leader, slight difference, a bit more orange in places just to make him stand out. Again, my theme is that each leader, or high warrior type, has got more elaborate bright orange armour to make them stand out, obviously. So that's a little backstory to them. But there they are. 2 Venoms, not much can be said about them, just really pleased with them, come out well. I probably won't buy any more than just 2. I know a lot of people use them religiously, but I prefer the Raiders just because of the heavy weapon options. But again, these guys are good. I might buy more in time just to have them, who knows. But 2 of them. We have Drazar, really pleased with Drazar. Again, an old model, but it's just a joy to paint, really fun to paint. Sadly, he is a fine cast, he's not metal. I'd love to have got metal, but every metal Drazar I've seen on eBay is always missing these things, which is a great shame. But no, a really cool model. Some people again sort of say he's due a resculpt, should be re-released. But in the index and in the original codex, he's got like an ancient style armour theme. So of course it makes sense that he's going to have this old, looking sort of original Incubi armour. But I like it. I think it's good. He probably will be resculpted, I'd imagine, when the new codex for the Dark Eldar does come out. I can imagine he would be one for the cards to be resculpted, maybe among a few others, but we'll see. Hopefully they keep him as he is, because I do like him. Got my Archon. I'll probably get another one of these in time. I did like this pose at first. I'm going to repaint him. I'm not as keen as it originally was. I say repaint him, just repaint the sword. I was trying to go for sort of a flame sort of effect. I'm not overly keen on it. It's come out a bit sort of sunburst and a bit too yellow. And the way I position the pistol, it's a bit wooden. I probably should have gone with more of the upward held angle, what originally comes with the model, and also the eyes. I painted some eyes onto his mask to make it look like there's like an evil sort of glow to them. But again, it's not really come out how I wanted. And with like the fluff, there's the backstory to my army as I've got it. It doesn't really tie very well, so he's gonna have a bit of rework. But he's got a lighter orange armour colour, again, because he's the leader. I wanted him to look really different, really stand out. Cloak come out lovely, really cool, really pleased with that. So apart from that, I'm pleased with him, but I'm just going to try and remodel him as best I can. And then simply we have the 2 raiders. There we go. Raider 1, Raider 2 with 2 squads of 10. They are exactly as they are, one with a blaster, one with the dark lance. Leader model, Cyberite, he's got a whip and a blast pistol, and he's got a, trying to think call it now. He's got a blast pistol and the sword. For the love of me, I cannot think what you call it, but yeah, the equivalent of a power sword, let's face it. That's what that is. And there you go, guys. There is my army. Voila. Hope you like it. Hope you enjoy it. I'm looking forward to using it more. I'll say there's going to be a few more things on the table. Ultimate plan for the end of the year, which is to come tomorrow, is well, 3,000 point army. I want to get big armies. I want to have loads of flyers, loads of troops, really epic, awesome, large armies. Same with my Astrabilitarum. But there you go, guys. Thanks for watching as always. Really appreciate it. And yeah, any comments, any tips, any ideas where I can get models such as the Talos, you know, if you ever see them, drop me a line. Always appreciate it. And I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Rock and roll.